today we're looking at some recent events, really interesting stuff coming out of Banglamung and Pattaya in Thailand, Chonburi province.
Yeah, region everyone knows for tourism, but there's always a lot going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. We've got several news reports here detailing, well, two main things happening almost side by side. A big push on law enforcement, public safety, that kind of thing. And also these proactive efforts to make tourists feel safer and more confident. So our mission today is to unpack these, see what actions were taken, and what it tells us about how things are run there.
It's a really compelling picture, actually, seeing how a place like that juggles maintaining order with being, welcoming.
Right.
And what's useful here is you see the actions, not just policy talk, but boots on the ground. And that gives a much clearer view of the challenges and how they're tackling them.
Okay, so let's dive into the enforcement side first. Big focus on drug activity. We've got reports about two distinct operations, but they happened on the same day, August 25th, 2025. Seems coordinated.
Definitely looks that way.
So first, there's this big campaign in Banglamung district called No Drugs, No Dealers. It lines up with a national policy from the Ministry of the Interior.
Right, led by the Deputy PM, Phumtham Wichayachai. So top-down direction.
Yeah, and locally, you had the Chonburi governor, the Wachai Shrithong, and the Banglamung district chief, Pacharapat Shrthanyanon, involved. It wasn't like a minor thing. Multiple agencies working together.
That multi-agency part is key, isn't it? Getting everyone from the governor's office down to the territorial defense volunteers and police on the same page.
Absolutely, and they did it in two phases. Phase 1 started around 6:30 p.m. A team led by the Deputy District Chief for Security, Tharit Jancharian.
Okay.
They set up a checkpoint near a temple, Wat Thang Lahan, out in Hua Yai subdistrict. Had the 5th Territorial Defense Corps, this special unit called Shark 5, Hua Yai police, local officials.
Shark 5, huh? This is like a dedicated unit.
Yeah, seems like it. Anyway, they checked about 50 motorbikes, 10 cars, didn't find any illegal items, but they did random drug tests on 24 people. 3 tested positive. Processed legally, the report says.
Okay, so roadside checks first.
Right. Then, phase 2 kicked off later, around 9:3 p.m. Different leader, Nathafop Yumjinda, head of security. This time, they went into entertainment venues. Places like HIT, Sis Club Pattaya, Isan Artist, and Sky Y Music. Teamed up with Pattaya City Police for this one.
Right, hitting potential consumption spots. Makes sense.
They tested, get this, 243 employees and patrons.
Wow, quite a few.
And out of all those, just one positive. A male employee at SKY Music tested positive for ketamine. He admitted using it.
And what happened to him?
Sent for mandatory drug rehab. The report mentions this is standard procedure for first-time Thai national users under this specific campaign.
That's interesting. It shows it's not just about arrests. There's a rehabilitation angle woven into the enforcement, at least in some cases. Right. So road checks, venue inspections, pretty comprehensive sweep.
Yeah, trying to disrupt things, keep order, make sure people feel safe. But that wasn't all on the 25th. They also went after dealers directly.
The supply side. So moving from general presence to targeted operations.
Exactly. These were sting operations, again led by Banglamung authorities, specifically a senior district security officer, Kamfrey Losane.
And how did they target these?
Tips. Information came from drug users they'd previously arrested, pointing fingers at people selling to local youth.
Classic intelligence-led policing.
Yeah.
Using information from the ground up.
Right. So, case 1. They got a report about drug use at an address. Raided it, found 6 young people using. They confessed they bought from a guy called Ratanachai, or Pattaya.
Okay.
Checked their phones, found evidence of deals. They found Ratanachai, searched him, nothing. But then they searched his house. Found 67 meth pills yaba in plastic bags, plus paraphernalia.
Got him. So the initial tip paid off.
Yep. Then case 2 involved a 23-year-old Nafat Sawadek. Info suggested he was selling.
So another sting.
Yeah. Undercover agent set up a buy 5 grams of crystal meth, or ice, at an apartment in Pattaya.
Risky.
Well, when Nefat showed up, he apparently tried to bolt, but they nabbed him.
And the evidence.
Quite a bit. The 5 grams of crystal meth from the arranged buy, the marked buy money, 1,500 baht.
Crucial evidence, the marked money.
For sure. Plus, they found another 194 yaba pills, over 15 grams more of crystal meth bagged up, a digital scale, and packaging stuff.
Okay, the scale and the packaging materials strongly suggest dealing, not just personal use, and seizing both yaba and crystal meth. It shows they're tackling different parts of the drug market there.
Both suspects and all the evidence handed over to Pattaya City Police. So a busy night for law enforcement on August 25th.
Clearly a very focused effort on drugs, both use and supply. But you mentioned other things too.
Yeah, shifting gears a bit. Same day, August 25th, but earlier in the afternoon, around 2:30 p.m., enforcement against illegal gambling.
Okay. Another common issue in tourist spots sometimes.
Seems like it. This was a joint operation too, Chonburi Immigration Police working with local Pattaya Banglamung authorities.
Immigration involved.
Yeah, and the reason for the raid, tips again. Concerned citizens complaining about lots of foreign vehicles blocking access in their neighborhood. Soy Theng Klom Tan Man 51.
So community intelligence playing a role again. That's significant.
Definitely. They raided a house there and found 9 foreigners, 5 Chinese nationals, 4 South Koreans playing poker.
Okay, Kerr. Yeah.
And they seized quite a haul. 4 poker tables, 60 decks of cards, phones, a cash counting machine.
A cash counting machine. So it's pretty organized.
Yeah, and a big box of chips, plus over 150,000 baht in cash. The total value of seized assets was estimated at over 1 million baht.
Wow. Any idea how long it had been going on?
About 10 days, according to the investigation. Locals confirmed the cars were blocking the road daily.
Ties in with the initial complaints.
So the 9 arrested face charges for illegal gambling for profit. And one guy, Mr. Hao Tang, a 35-year-old Chinese national identified as the house lessee and organizer.
The ringleader, basically.
Looks like it. He got an extra charge, overstaying his visa by 6 days.
There's the immigration link.
Right.
Overstaying visas alongside the illegal activity. It shows they're checking multiple angles.
And it's worth noting, right, that while Thailand might be looking at allowing poker for, official sports competitions...
Yeah, there's been talk about that.
Private gambling, this is still very much illegal.
Absolutely. Big difference between a sanctioned tournament and a private game in a house. It highlights that complexity, what's potentially becoming legal in one context, remains strictly illegal in another. Enforcement has to navigate that.
So, okay, we've seen the crackdown, drugs, gambling, very enforcement heavy. But then, literally the next day, August 26th, the focus shifts.
Right, to the other side of the coin, tourism confidence.
Exactly. This was a proactive step. A workshop seminar aimed at boosting safety in tourism, held at a resort in Pattaya.
Organized by the Chonburi Tourism and Sports Office. So an official push from the tourism authorities themselves.
Yeah. Opened by the head of the office, Mrs. Ampai Sekdanakul-Jit Slewinski. And look who attended. A senior deputy district chief from Banglamung, the superintendent of Pattaya Police.
So enforcement figures were there too.
Yes, but the main audience was 40 tourism operators from Koh Larn, the island.
Koh Larn. Yeah. Very popular spot. So training the operators directly, what was the goal?
To equip them with skills for safety management, basically. How to handle different situations efficiently, improve the quality, and importantly, the sustainability of tourism there.
Makes sense. Safety isn't just about police presence, it's about the industry being prepared.
And they had support from the district office, local government, accommodation providers on Koh Larn, and crucially, Bangkok Hospital Pattaya provided expert trainers.
Having hospital experts involved is a really strong sign. It means practical, potentially life-saving skills training, not just theory.
Right, things like first aid, emergency response, the kind of stuff that builds real confidence. If tourists see operators who know what they're doing in a crisis...
It makes a huge difference. It shifts safety from being just reactive policing to proactive preparedness within the industry itself. It's about building trust from the ground up. That's vital for a sustainable image.
So putting it all together for you, our listener, what we're seeing from Banglamung and Pattaya in late August 2025 is this really clear dual strategy.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, pretty rigorous enforcement, multi-agency, targeting drugs, targeting illegal gambling, using intelligence, showing a commitment to public order.
A strong message that illicit activities won't be tolerated.
But on the other hand, almost immediately after, this investment in the tourism sector itself. Training operators, building skills, focusing on safety management with expert help.
It's not just about catching criminals. It's also about empowering the legitimate businesses that drive the economy there. It shows they understand that safety and a thriving tourism sector are, two sides of the same coin.
It paints a picture of a region actively trying to manage its complex environment, right? Not just reacting, but strategically investing in both security and the foundations of its main industry.
Exactly. It's a fascinating case study in local governance and strategic planning for a major international destination, which kind of leads to a final thought for you to consider.
Go on.
Well, as you think about international travel, How might this kind of integrated approach combining serious enforcement with proactive industry training serve as a model? Could this dual focus we saw in Pattaya become more common, maybe even necessary, for popular tourist destinations elsewhere in the world trying to balance safety, reputation, and economic growth? Something to mull over.